I want to give you guys exact specifics on how I've grown my stream and things I've done, instead of just like, up in the air things like, working hard and be nice to the community. I want to give you guys exact things I have done that helped me get to 30 average viewers so quickly in under a year on my stream, chat.
Kill every ghost I can see.
Today, we are going to be going over, chat, how to grow your stream in 2020, chat, starting with literally nothing, guys, okay? First, we're gonna go over the basics, chat. Then we're gonna go over more in-depth kind of analysis on like what you guys can do exactly, what I've done that has helped me. After that, chat, I'm gonna give you guys an exact, basically rundown of how you could start a stream right now and what I would do exactly if I were starting a stream right now. That way, anyone that is can kind of take those tips to heart and use actual actionable advice that kind of helps people out. So for anyone that doesn't know, I've been streaming for about 8 months now, chat, and in that time, I've been able to grow my stream from 0 viewers all the way to about almost 30 average viewers this month, chat. So basically, I wanted to go over how I got there and how I actually became someone that's in the top 1% of Twitch in under a year, guys. So let's start going over how that happened, what I did, and exactly what you guys could do as well. So first up, guys, what I want to go over is, first of all, there is no secret to success, chat. I mean, I think for every streamer and every type of personality, you're going to have to find your own kind of specific ways to carve out a niche on Twitch or any streaming platform and find success. And I think a lot of the things like general sweeping statements you hear from other streamers, you always got to remember to take that with a grain of salt, chat. The best way to actually get better is to just do it yourself, because there is no secret to success, chat, and following in any one of these tips isn't going to make you a big streamer. You really have to do it yourself and find out along the way. So I just want to like kind of upfront let you guys know that. Next up though, guys, if you are starting your stream out, let's say you're a new streamer and like you just got started and you don't know what to do, the first thing you want to figure out is who are you, ladies and gentlemen. And what I'm saying here is I want you guys, if you're starting a new stream or you're smaller and you're trying to grow, what you need to do before you even really get started is you want to figure out who exactly you are, chat. Okay, are you a 20 kill dub Andy, or are you a goddamn FranklyGaming best in the game Chad, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I want you to know who you are. And what that means, Chad, is are you funny? Are you entertaining? Do you suck like Aquatic GG, ladies and gentlemen? If it's any of those options, you've got to figure out who you are when you first start streaming, because one of the most important things is you need to know what type of content you can create well and what type of content you want to create, chat. So always make sure before you even start streaming, creating content and like that, you need to really sit down and figure out who you are exactly, guys. So like, what are you good at? Are you good at games? Are you entertaining? What are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? Jot them down on a piece of paper. But also, if you don't know yet, I think this step's not too important. If you're not sure yet and you don't know, getting on stream and doing it a lot, you'll start to figure out the more you do, chat. So I think this is something you can kind of just work on as you go. All right, next up, guys, the next thing you're gonna wanna figure out after you figured out kind of like who you are and what kind of content you wanna create, the next big thing is what game are you going to play, chat? So here, I think I've seen a lot of other commentators talk about how it's important, like what game you play, chat, and like what kind of what sections you're in. But I think overall, before we go into this section, I think the game shouldn't matter that much, chat. You want to make sure on Twitch or any streaming platform, you're going for a game that has at least 1,000 viewers and a sort of thriving community. But overall, it shouldn't be very like important what game you're playing, guys. You should, number one, prioritize what you want to play. And number two, you should be prioritizing just basically what the viewers want to see. So one good tip would be go on sites like Twitch Tracker and go to different game sections. Check out which games have lots of viewers, but not a lot of streamers. So if you're trying to optimize which games to go on, games like that can be really good. For example, Escape from Tarkov right now is actually quite good because there were not many streamers before. But something like Fortnite, everybody's streaming that, so it's going to be harder to grow there. Overall though, guys, just another basic tip. When you're choosing a game, try and optimize based on a game that has a good community that you can grow in. But overall, I think other like streamers kind of place too much emphasis on this. I've heard a lot of tips online that say, you know, don't play the big games because no one will find you. You'll be at the bottom. And while that's true, if you are entertaining and you find ways to bring people in, it will work, chat, and like you will be able to grow even on big games. I've been able to get to 30 viewers in a couple of months in Fortnite, chat, the biggest game on Twitch, and I've had no issues. So I think people kind of overstate how much you have to choose the game, and just because I think maybe their content wasn't strong enough early on. All right, guys, next up, another really important topic I want to go over on basics is actually something with social media. So now that I've been on Twitch for a while, I can kind of go over like what social medias I think are good and what helps you grow. And first of all, what I want to talk about, chat, is I think there's two types of social media that you want to target when you're starting a stream. So first of all, when you're starting a stream, I think there's two types, as I said. One, there's things that foster a sense of community. So these are things where basically people can come in and you can grow the community, you can talk with each other. And then there are things that generate community, chat. So what these are kind of things that allow new people to find you and just like find your content and join your communities. So chat, I want to separate kind of a lot of the social medias that a lot of people are using nowadays into these two sections and give you guys an actual idea of what to do when starting a stream. So if I were starting a stream right now, what I would do is I would want to pick basically one thing from the foster section, one social media there, and one thing from the generate. So let's go over why that is and also what these are. So for example, so I'll give you an example. A foster social media, for example, would be something like Discord, chat. And that's because in Discord, you don't really find many new people coming into your community and like joining, but it is a really great place to have people that are already in your community discuss things and kind of come in and just like get to know each other a little more and foster that sense of community, right? But on the complete opposite end, something like, let's say TikTok, right, is a really great place where you can just set up like new people coming in, right? Because while many people on those TikToks aren't going to like just be super friendly with you the whole time and like get to know you in the community, TikTok is a great place to actually find new people to come into your streams and get to know you a little bit more, chat. I think some other ones too, just to list out. I think, for example, YouTube is a really good example of something that can be kind of both ends. I think YouTube tends to lean more towards generate. And then maybe something like, for example, Facebook or Instagram. Let's do here, or Instagram would probably be lean towards like more the middle, a little bit left of YouTube. So what I would recommend for new streamers, essentially, chat, is you want to pick two things, okay? When you're first starting out your stream, you don't want to overdo it. You won't want to be on too much social media. You want to just pick out two things that you can target. So for example, if you're starting your stream right now, I would recommend doing something like, say, picking a Discord, right? Making a Discord, that way you have somewhere to push your community after they've met you to like talk with them and let them know when you're going live and things like that. And I would also pick something that is more of a place to generate community, like say TikTok is a really high recommendation, or YouTube as well, depending on how much time you have, chat. If you want like an easy way to just generate a lot of follows but they won't be as connected with you, I would do something like TikTok. But if you have more time to create better content and you want to have a more lasting relationship with the people coming in, I would do something like YouTube, chat. Facebook and Instagram, these things suck. Don't look at them. No, honestly though, chat, whatever you're most comfortable with, choose what you guys think will help you the most and what you know most on the platform. When you're first starting, you want to limit yourself to just a few platforms that you can really target well. And if I was going to tell you guys, if I was starting a stream right now, I would actually choose Discord, YouTube, and TikTok if I had the time, because I think this trifecta is really perfect for actually a new streamer. As a Discord allows you to let people know when you're live, foster the community, and you can find people quickly on YouTube and TikTok, both in easy ways by posting clips on TikTok and harder ways by doing full videos on YouTube, chat. Now, I kind of want to go a little more in depth with you guys about what exactly you can do on streams to grow, especially as a new streamer, and what I've done exactly that's helped me grow the most, chat. Okay, so first up, guys, let's go through this. So I want to go over a few things that can help in general that I've seen not only myself do and other streamers. So a few of those things are, you want to have a schedule, chat. So you want to have a strict schedule, ladies and gentlemen. And I think this is very important that a lot of people don't talk about. If you don't have a very strict schedule you're sticking to, chat, people aren't going to know when you're on, right? So if you're a new streamer and you're not growing, one of the best ways to fix that very easily is to set a strict schedule that you stick to religiously. Make sure you put that schedule on all of your social medias, especially your foster social media. That way people know when you're going live, when they can find you, and try to stream at different times or the same times during specific days. I would recommend, if you could, doing when you first start, doing 15 to 25 hours a week. That way it's not too much that you're overdoing it with no viewers, but also enough that you're able to kind of get a few different people on the stream each time. And as you grow, you can increase that number and kind of like find more people as you're going. Early on though, I think it's more important that you focus on kind of building all of your social media, your presence everywhere. That way the viewers come, especially early on. All right, next up, chat, a really big tip I have for you guys, especially for people starting out, and I see this in small streamers all the time, is respond to chat immediately. That's spelled completely wrong, but we're gonna forget about it, guys. So I see this all the time, chat, in smaller streams. A lot of people will ask, like, why I'm not growing. Like, Frank, why am I not growing? Like, why am I not finding success? Like, what is going on? No one's coming to my stream. And I think the quickest answer that I can give someone most of the time is, hey man, you're not responding to chat. And I noticed that so much in like smaller communities. I spelled so much wrong, chat. Don't give me that. But in smaller communities, you need to respond, especially when you're a smaller streamer just coming out. If somebody comes in your chat, immediately give them a response. The second you see that message in chat, you want to look down, give them your time and attention, respond to their message, read it out loud, and give them a genuine and thoughtful response. Because early on, on Twitch or any streaming platform, what's going to help you grow is that sense of community, chat. So you're going to need that to be able to grow early on. Make sure you're responding to chat as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you're just going to be having issues, right? Because people are going to be coming in and they're going to get bored and they're going to leave. Try to hook someone by generating an actual real relationship that they feel something for. That way they want to come back day in and day out, chat, and help you grow. All right, guys. So next up, another thing, we kind of talked about it before in social media, but make sure do things off stream. And what I mean by that, chat, is you want to make sure that you are actually like kind of producing content off stream as well. So for example, we were talking about YouTube and TikTok before. You need to be doing those things on the weekend, right? And that's actually why I recommend only doing 15 to 25 hours early on as a streamer, just because that gives you more time to create other content on other platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and it also gives you time to kind of go into other communities, chat, people that you don't know yet, and kind of foster a community there and get known in other big Twitch streamers chats or other Discords and places like that, places where people can know who you are and eventually come to discover you. So I think a lot of people, and I have heard this tip a lot on other streams as well, is you want to do a lot off stream, chat. If you want to be a big streamer and grow your stream, you don't just get to turn on the start stream button, go and come back. You've actually got to put in the work on and off stream, especially if you want to grow fast. All right, guys. So, and also another thing I kind of already touched on, but I want to get on again, chat, is create fans, not followers, chat. And what I mean by that is we kind of already touched on this, but you always want to make sure these people that are coming into chat, you're not just like treating them as viewers, chat. You want to make sure you're treating them as like someone that actually has like a personality and something you want to genuinely get to know, right? Like even if they're a little shit like Aquatic GG, ladies and gentlemen, you still have to treat them with respect or at least get to know them, right? That way you can kind of create that sense of community and like fellowship. That way someone wants to come back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys. Now what I want to go over is kind of like my in-depth. And what I mean by that, chat, is like exactly what has helped me specifically. I want to give you guys exact specifics on how I've grown my stream and things I've done instead of just like, up in the air things like, working hard and be nice to the community. I want to give you guys exact things I have done that helped me get to 30 average viewers so quickly in under a year on my stream, chat. So first of all, one thing I want to touch on is prioritize multiplayer games, chat. So first of all, like I said, you want to prioritize multiplayer games if you can. Okay, chat. So obviously you want to be playing the games you want to play, and if you want to play single player games, go for it. But what I've noticed in my short career so far is playing multiplayer games can help so much. And the main reason for that, chat, I've talked about it a lot on stream, but is playing squads and duo games. Okay, chat? And the reason for that is because the way I actually grew my stream mainly early on is, chat, by just playing squads and duo games online. Because especially when you're a smaller creator and you don't have a presence on YouTube, Twitch, or any platform that is at all in general, one of the best things you can do is go into multiplayer games, join up on squads and duos, and just get to know the people you're playing with. Kind of join the community, find these small groups, befriend them and get to know them. And if you guys kind of hit it off like in your games, you know, ask them to come follow your stream, ask them to come check you out. For me, that was actually the main way I grew, chat. But when I first was starting, I was at 0 to 3 viewers, no one was watching me, and I slowly grew that day by day by just grinding away in Fortnite squad games and asking everyone I was playing with to come check me out after. I'd make jokes, I'd get to know them, like we'd have a fun time, and then I would ask them to come check me out after. That is the #1 tip I can give you guys, because that's how I grew specifically. Especially because I always hear online like Harris Heller and, you know, Devin Nash and people like that talking about how you have to have a YouTube. You have to have other presence to get people to come in your stream. But what I've noticed, honestly, chat, is as I've been able to make this work just by going into multiplayer games, the games I'm playing, and asking people to follow me. And it's actually been super, super helpful so far. Probably the #1 thing I've done. Another thing I want to touch on, chat, is you have to be actually entertaining, chat. And what I mean by that, entertaining, what I mean by that, chat, is I think a lot of people will start streaming and they don't see progress early on, right? And I think one of the main reasons for that is people, like, just to be honest, chat, like, a lot of people aren't entertaining. I think the main thing you want to focus on when you're first starting a stream is you got to do something that actually is entertaining, chat. A lot of people will just turn on their stream, play Fortnite, kind of go through some games, occasionally say something, and move on. But there's not actually anything they're doing that's entertaining. For instance, whenever I'm streaming, chat, I always try to interact with chat. I'm trying to make jokes constantly. I try new things. Like, for example, today we're doing my first ever discussion thing. Like, I try new things that you guys can see. You want to make sure you keep chat on their toes because they have no attention span. Okay, guys? And you want to make sure they're doing great, and like that way, like, people actually want to watch you. Because if you're not entertaining, whether that be you being hot, whether that be you being good at the game, whether that be you being funny as hell, high five, mom, then honestly, no one's gonna watch, chat, because, you know, that's the reason someone's gonna watch a stream, because they're entertained. That's another big tip on my specific in-depth, chat, that I wanted to go over, because I always prioritized being entertaining over just playing a game and actually not saying anything. I always prioritize jokes in my chat over Fortnite, which is why I literally get killed every game. F's in chat. All right, next up, guys, another thing that actually is really helpful for growing your stream is big, and I mean big, events, chat. So one of the things recently especially that has helped me grow my stream the most is actually just having a bunch of big events. So for example, for me specifically, I do Sundays, chat, where every Sunday I do giveaways. I do special things like that. I do giveaways, I play with viewers, and everything like that, chat. And I think for anyone, it's always really any streamer, it's always a good idea to have at least one day a week where you do something like this, where you're doing big events, where you play with viewers, you do free Fortnite skin giveaways, you do fashion shows, you do something big that the community can rally behind and all come into for something special. Or for example, maybe in the future, doing these on Saturday mornings and stuff like that, chat. So I think it's important to always do this. Another example of this is I actually did my biggest stream ever a while back, chat, where I actually went on stream and just like kind of had a bunch of challenges where you guys could like make me crack an egg on my head, FaceTime my mom, interview people, and things like that. And having those crazy big events, while you don't want to do them too frequently because it will get old for your chat and it will get boring for them, doing them every once in a while, like once a week for Sunday giveaways or like big streams twice a year, is a really good idea to kind of give your community a boost every once and again to like get those high viewer counts and get the community excited about what you're doing, chat. All right, next up, guys, I also want to touch on something that, you know, honestly, it kind of speaks for yourself, but be genuine, ladies and gentlemen. So I think another thing is a lot of, that's spelled so wrong, but I think another thing is a lot of people try to kind of be someone they're not on Twitch, whether that's like making jokes they don't find funny or playing games they don't want to play. One thing that people really attach to on Twitch is someone who's genuine, someone that can actually, you know, hold a conversation, has interests, and has genuine thoughts about things, and like responses to chat and their actual feelings. So make sure as you're going through this as well, chat, one of the things that's helped me the most is I've had times where I've wanted to say a joke, chat, on stream, and I was like, I don't know if I should say that, but I just say it anyways, because honestly, it's what I'm thinking. It's like how I think and stuff. And I think it's my willingness to kind of be genuine like that and say things that I'm thinking no matter what. It's really helped me grow on stream, chat, and like let you guys know how I'm feeling. If I'm having a bad day, I let you guys know. If someone else is having a bad day, I let you know how I feel about that. Like, make sure you're genuine, chat, because no matter what your personality is, there's always going to be people out there that attach to you and that specifically. So make sure you're true to yourself. Otherwise, you're not even going to be able to do it long term. All right, guys, one more thing I do want to touch on in my in-depth analysis is make sure you have traditions, ladies and gentlemen. I think traditions... Shit. I think traditions, chat, are a really good kind of another way to foster community. So for example, chat, can you think of some of traditions in my chat, right? We've got panda parties, ladies and gentlemen, and just like a bunch of stuff like that. Patties, what the hell's a panda patty? Panda parties, chat. So for example, you want to have these big traditions that people can rally behind. So for example, on my stream, whenever I get my first sub of the day, I bring on Bagel. We get our panda set up. When we hit viewer counts, I bring out Benjamin. When we get bits, I bring out a Brutus. And then whenever Aquatic GG's looking stupid, we bring out Busta, chat. But you also want to have like other fun traditions too, chat. Like for example, another really awesome tradition is mine is everyone saying Aquatic GG sucks. And while we all know this is obviously true, chat, and he's probably the worst, like, you know, Twitch viewer of all time, it's a really good tradition, guys, like jokes aside, to like have those like funny things where you have like certain people in your chat that are known for something, or like panda parties or something like that. You want to create traditions in your stream that people can become attached to and really get to know as they go on, chat. All right, though, guys, the last part I want to go over, though, is basically an actual plan, chat. Because I did tell you I would want to give you guys specifics on what I would do if I were starting my stream right now, and like what would help you guys exactly. So for me, what I would do, like I'll just come out straight and simple, chat. If I were starting a stream right now, number one, I'm going to draw this out because I'm dope. First, I would do a schedule, chat. So I would start a new schedule, right? I would do 20 hours a week, okay? So I would have a strict schedule. I would do 20 hours a week, chat, and I would try and do that on the same day. So for example, maybe you do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, chat, okay? So you do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's say for 3 hours at least a stream. You want to go for at least 3 hours a stream. Holy crap, dude. I look like I'm writing as a third grader, chat. But the first thing you want to do, chat, make a schedule, okay? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever days work best for you. Go for at least 3 hours every stream. I recommend you go for at least 20 the whole every week. But if you can't do that, at least do 10 hours per week. That way you actually are doing it enough to grow a thing. Grow kind of like a community, chat. Next up, guys, the next thing you want to do is pick exactly what social media you want to be on. So remember, chat, you want to pick a foster community, okay? And then you also want to pick a generate community. So as I said earlier, chat, I think the best thing you can do for Twitch and anything like that is to pick, basically here, I would do for the foster community, I would do Discord, because I think Discord's really great and a lot of people on Twitch use it. And then for the generate community, I would do YouTube and TikTok, chat. So if I were starting a stream right now, I would make that schedule, make sure you're strict and stick to it no matter what, and set for emergencies. Then I would grab 2 communities. I would get a Discord, and then I would get a YouTube and TikTok. If you don't have time for YouTube, I would just get the TikTok and maybe an Instagram or a Facebook, just so you can post clips there and figure it out. Once you've done that, chat, all you've got to do is basically pick your game, right? So we talked about it earlier on the discussion chat about how you pick your game and things like that. But I think, like I said before, I think you should just pick what you like playing, what has at least a community of 1,000 watchers on Twitch, and you need to make sure it also has a Discord community and things like that. And then go on to different sites and make sure there's more viewers than streamers if you're prioritizing that. Otherwise, pick whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel good, chat. What is this? Yeah, what? Okay, yeah, exactly, chat. So if you want to play just Cowboy Bebop every day on stream, ladies and gentlemen, go for it, chat, okay? Like, whatever makes you happy, whatever, just make sure it has a community that you can grow with. And also be realistic with yourself. If you want to be the biggest streamer on the platform, you need to be on Fortnite, Tarkov, or something like that, chat. But if you just want to grow in something smaller and get known in that community, feel free to play that. And I think, honestly, you can grow in any game, but it's much easier in the bigger ones. All right, like I said, so obviously coming at least 3 hours of stream every day, chat. Next, let's talk about what you actually do on stream. When you're on stream, chat, talk to chat immediately, guys. We talked about it earlier, but every time someone comes into chat, make sure you talk to them immediately. You know, and for people that don't know how to do that, like, basically, when someone comes in, just ask them how their day is going. Ask them about themselves. Ask them about the game. Ask them how they like the game. Like, ask them how attractive you are. Ask them just stupid questions like, how cute are turtles compared to tortoises in Nebraska, chat. Just stupid crap like that, okay? Like, just you know, say things to the people coming in. Try and create those genuine relationships. But I know what you guys are saying. What if no one is in chat, guys? So what do you do, though, if no one is in chat as you're streaming, ladies and gentlemen? Here, for something like that, guys, I think the best thing to do is really just start telling stories about your life. Explain what you're doing on stream and what your thought process is. If you're in a Fortnite game, say, okay, I think I'm gonna go over here because I don't want to get sniped. I'm gonna build here, and explain yourself, right? Like, write down stories on a piece of paper. That way, like, you know, like, things you want to tell. Think of funny stories from your childhood when you were a baby, dude, and you like shit on your mom's face or something, chat. You know, that like I did, okay? I'm sorry, Mom. But chat, like, you got to come up with stuff that, like, people can relate to, especially if no one's there. Make sure you're talking, make sure you're figuring out. But even more important, chat, if no one is there, in the stream after 3 hours, and go and start posting clips. Say something funny on stream. Go start posting those clips on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. That's what's going to start getting those first people in if you're not getting them. And even more importantly, chat, like I said, play multiplayer, chat. So play those multiplayer games, get in there, and actually get to know other people and have them join the stream from there. All right, guys, after that, so the last thing, essentially, after you're done with this, it's pretty easy after this, once you've been practicing, because I think you do actually have to practice a lot to really understand how to stream the most. So really, practice is what's going to get you there and make you a better streamer. But the one other thing I want to touch on as well is when you are off stream, chat, you are not done, okay? So if you're actually trying to grow your stream in 2020, when you're off stream, time to post clips, chat, okay? Take your best clips, take 1 to 3 clips from every stream you've done, the best ones you have, and post those on either TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever social media for the generate side you're using, and let the people on your foster community know that you're posting. So for example, if you have a TikTok, post your favorite clip from that stream on TikTok, and then let the people in, say, your Discord know that you posted it. That way they can go give you a little bit of support and give you a boost, especially early on, chat. But also, another thing I would do, especially as a new streamer, is watch your videos back, chat. And the reason you want to do that is I think a lot of people assume they're good at streaming when they're actually not, chat. So I see a lot of people, like I mentioned it earlier, but a lot of people ask me, like, Frank, why am I not growing on stream? Like, what's going on? And I think the main reason a lot of time is, like, essentially it really just comes down to you're just not entertaining. And I think the best way to get better at that, chat, is just to watch your videos back, right? Like, watch your VOD back and ask yourself, is this a stream I would watch? And be honest with yourself. Is it genuinely a stream you would want to watch, something you would want to check out? Or is it something that just doesn't interest you at all, chat? And if it doesn't interest you, figure out ways you can get better. Write down jokes on a piece of paper and start telling them when you're on stream. Like learn to talk more about like what you're doing, and basically work step by step to try and be more entertaining. Watch bigger streamers and see what they do and try and mimic that early on, and then kind of find your own niche as well as you go on, chat. Yeah, but honestly, guys, like that's like the main kind of plan of just like what I would do exactly, how like if I were starting a new stream today. And I think like in general, streaming in 2020, like it's streaming in 2020 is tough, right? Like no matter what platform you're on, it's going to be very saturated. There's millions and millions of people on stream every day that are trying to make it, and like over 99% of those people are just sitting there at around 1 to 5 viewers, just hanging, trying to grow a community. And I think breaking out in the beginning and actually finding your niche is one of the hardest things, chat. So hopefully like this helps a little bit. Like you guys can like watch back and see exactly like what to do step by step. But yeah,